Good morning, Atlanta, and good morning, Student Television Network. I'm Katie.
And I'm Elizabeth. Our WROR-TV crew is here in a city very unlike our small town of Oviedo.
That is the understatement of the century. We've only been here for a day, and we're already in love with everything the city has to offer us.
WROR-TV is taking on Atlanta. Coming up on today's show, Ashlyn gives us a tourism crash course, and I got to discover a unique and creative Atlanta neighborhood.
Carrie Lynn takes us through the history of the city, and Leanne will give us a taste of Atlanta cuisine.
WROR-TV starts now. Clearly, we're tourists here, so to remedy that, our reporter Ashlyn went out and researched some tourism hotspots.
Ashlyn, out of all the places you visited today, what was your favorite?
Well, there's so many to choose from, but my favorite would have to be Centennial Park because of the beautiful nature and lovely architecture. But there's so many more. Let's go check them out.
The Centennial Park earlier this week, and we're just out here today enjoying this beautiful weather. So it's a good day to get out in the morning and look at some of the architecture in the city.
If you're into sports, the Phillips Arena is a great place to catch a basketball game. And for all the football lovers out there, the College Football Hall of Fame is a must-see for anything and everything college football.
College Football Hall of Fame looks really exciting. I went to LSU, so I'd like to go there. And my boyfriend's sons went to Duke, so there you have it, two great colleges.
If you're more a TV person, the CNN walking tour is the tour to go on. You can walk through and see some of the CNN studios that they actually film on every day. If you want to see Atlanta from a different view, you should check out one of the newest attractions, Skyview Atlanta.
Well, the greatest thing is that you can see the water rings that are shooting up, and they're shaped like the Olympic rings. You can also see the Coca-Cola bottle and just the lights of the city.
The aquarium has all the sea lovers covered. The Georgia Aquarium is the #1 aquarium in the United States of America. Here at the Pemberton Place, the Coca-Cola world has all your Coke cravings covered. Enjoy free Coke and learn about the history of Coke and how it was discovered.
Some of the attractions that are inside the Coca-Cola factory, like you can taste it, you can go to the lobby, the theater. The 4D theater sounds really cool to a bunch of us.
A morning jog or just a relaxing time with friends, Centennial Park is the best place to be. From the deep and living history to the playgrounds for the children, Centennial Park is the place to be from morning to evening.
It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta today, so I decided to go for a walk. And the park just drew my attention. It's so gorgeous, it's beautiful.
No matter who you are, there's always something to do here in Atlanta. I'm Ashlyn reporting for STN. Now back to Katie and Elizabeth.
I agree, Ashlyn, Centennial Park is pretty amazing, but my personal favorite is probably the Coca-Cola factory because what's not to love about free soda?
And speaking of favorite places, I heard you went somewhere pretty cool today.
I did. I had a lot of fun exploring a very vibrant and unique part of Atlanta. Let's go check it out. Hey STN, you would not believe the stunning, unconventional street art that I found right by the Krog Market here in Atlanta. The creative force of this big city's artist is giving a sense of small town charm and color. This art is seriously incredible. The art found within the Krog Tunnel and its surrounding areas is a testament to the passion and talent of Atlanta's artists. From spray paint to intricate portraits is a huge tapestry showing the diversity and originality of all its creators. There's pop culture, political commentary, and plenty of gorgeous colors and designs, all of which are perfected down to every little detail. I am so impressed by this artwork. Talk about a great way to start the morning. It's clear that Atlanta has a lot to offer, and I'm really excited to see what our team has yet to discover in this wonderful city.
Wow, I'm really jealous. We don't have any art like that in Florida.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the trend picks up in a lot more places. Coming up after the break, our reporter Carrie Lynn is going to get more information about the history of Atlanta. Stay tuned. Atlanta is one of the oldest cities in the American South, and it has a history that is both tragic and triumphant.
Carrie Lynn took us through the civil rights movement. What have you got for us? This morning we got to uncover what our school books don't teach us about the civil rights movement here in Atlanta.
When peace covers the world, all children and adults feel loved and known. All the crying and sleeping will be gone. Everything wrong will finally go right. When you speak, you will be heard. When you walk, you will be seen. You are loved. This poem captures the emotions of many people in Georgia during the civil rights movement. At this time, Jim Crow laws were a way to avoid giving African Americans their full rights.
The struggle, as I perceived it, was an obvious one with Jim Crow, separate but equal, which is, it can never be separate and equal.
Although Dr. King remains the icon for the civil rights movement, there are many other people that played an influential role.
This area actually made Dr. King, and some of the individuals that go to the barbershop next door, they're in their 60s and 70s now. They said when they were little kids and they would be shooting dice on the corner, the times were different because when they saw Dr. King or Reverend Abernathy or anyone else of any prominence in the black community, they would pick up their dice and sit up and give them their proper respect until they got further enough down the street, and then they would go back to their routine.
The community built in Atlanta thrives off the stories of those who experienced the discrimination firsthand. As things change, their story remains in the heart of Atlanta.
There are some people you can feel their passion, other people you don't feel it, but they're as equally as moved. Rosie Lee Boyd is a female, African-American female taxi driver during Jim Crow. During the Jim Crow era, a black woman could usually only get a job as a domestic either in the kitchen or a laundry woman. In the suburbs of Atlanta, the white areas, when she got off work, she couldn't get home because black men were not allowed in the suburbs to bring home the domestic workers. This woman started driving a taxi, picking up the black domestics and bringing them back to the black community. It's these sort of subplots that sort of support, that get lost in the glamour, if you will, of the Dr. King legacy. So the civil rights movement, as I see it, sort of brought things to a head for the better for the nation.
Through the town's morning, the future both then and now looks brighter than ever. Let's head back to Caitlin and Elizabeth. I'm Carrie Lynn Gross signing off with the Student Television Network.
Thank you, Carrie Lynn. That was very insightful. There's definitely more to history than just what's in the textbooks.
Now, aside from its history, Atlanta is also pretty well known for, my personal favorite, its food.
Our reporter Leanne explored some very interesting restaurants in the area. How did that go, Leanne?
Well, guys, I discovered that no matter the time of day, there's always some unique food here in Atlanta. Located in the historic Feely building on 4th Street, Cafe Lucia was the first coffee shop in Atlanta to use the siphon brew technique to create a delicate and delicious concoction. We talked to the barista and she recommended two things: a classic, their chai tea latte, one of my personal favorites, and their most unique drink, an iced banana split coffee. And I've never tasted anything like it before.
For a lunch option that's sure to thrill, the Sundial Restaurant sits 73 stories up the Westin Hotel, taking dining to a whole new level. Literally, the restaurant revolves around the building, allowing you to see every angle of the city.
Once you get to the top, you're 723 feet above Atlanta with a 360-degree view.
To cap off a day in the city, Crazy Atlanta is a casual joint where customers can do the decorating. Complete with zesty food and Latin music, it's definitely a place to let loose and live little.
Crazy Atlanta not only has a crazy look, but a crazy variety of tapas as well. Their most popular dish are their wings, but we recommended their beef empanadas and their ginger chicken pincho. And I brought some back for you guys.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for you today, STN.
We really hope that you enjoyed exploring Atlanta with us.
The city is beautiful and we enjoyed every second of it.
Signing off, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Katie. Thanks for watching and have a good morning, STN.